Hello, my name is Meiju. Welcome to watch my video, English video, which I haven't done for ages. I promised in the summer while making the Finnish video that I would make an English one soon, but it never happened. Actually, we went to spend our summer holiday, then I just hadn't got the chance, but this will be a longer video than usual. I'm going to start with a story about my visit to John Arbon mill to Great Britain. It was an exciting visit. I will put some clips here. Okei. Tässä me ohitamme Stonehengea. Ja siellä se näkyy. Näkyy. Autolla tulee häräpäistä vastaan. Tuo on hienot maisemat. Tuolla on tommonen, kato. Täällä mä huutelen takana, että onko vielä pitkä matka. Ollaanko kohta perillä? Mulla on pissahätä. Mulla on pissahätä.
Et tälleen näin.
Bää. Ei kiinnosta. Se on niin pienenä tuolla, että mä edes näen. Missä kohtaa se sohtuisi mun kameran? Okay, welcome back. Yes, I visited John Arbon mill in Devon, South Molton, Devon, in England. I have never ever visited there before. I was invited there earlier this spring, and I was somewhat hesitating to go there because first, when I started to look about the transportation there, I knew that I had to book flights and somehow get to Devon, South Molton, Devon, which was countryside near Exmoor National Park. So the location was somewhat difficult. I searched from internet that I would have take at least 2 or 3 trains and some buses and some local buses, and then probably also a taxi drive. So then I decided to rent a car, and then I have never drove in left side traffic, because here in Finland and mainly the whole Europe are driving on the right side of the road, but in England they drive on left side. So I haven't drove on left side before, and I was kind of hesitating that would it be safe for me and for my son, which I decided to take with me there because I wanted to have some company when I was driving alone to Devon, and in case something would happen, then I would at least have my son there. My son is 16 years old, so he wasn't able to drive. He don't have a driver's license yet, and so not that much help with driving, but navigating with him was more easy than it would have been if I would have go alone. But we drove safely there. Nothing happened. I'm quite experienced driver. My grandfather actually was a rally driver back in the 50s and 60s. We nowadays have Neste Rally Finland here in Finland at the end of sometime in July or August. I don't actually know because I'm not watching rally driving, but he was co-driver. Is it a co-driver? Not driving in rally by himself, but reading the map and telling the notes for the actual driver. He was doing that, and by himself he was also driving more like winter driving. We called ice track driving here in Finland. So he was experienced driver, and I have his genes. I'm a fast and experienced driver, but not on the left side. But actually it was much more, it was easier than I first thought, and I got used to it, and it all went well. And we actually on the clip that you saw, we actually drove one day. We drove to the north Exmoor Park, to Lunton and Lynmouth. It was a small village on the north coast of England. So it was really nice to see all those lovely beaches and villages there, and driving the Exmoor countryside was quite an experience. Something that we don't have that kind of scenery here in Finland. We have different, but it was lovely countryside drive. But anyway, about the mill visit, I will also put a clip of that. I was able to take a tour on the mill, and I have never been in that kind of spinning mill, so it was quite an experience. There were 100-year-old machines that were still working, and I was mesmerized by those machines, and it's really nowadays than when we always buy everything as new, and new machines, they will got broke and everything, and they kind of preserved the old heritage of those machines and that spinning, those spinning techniques. It was really interesting, and the story that they told about the process of first buying the wool, because they don't they buy the wool and they actually buy it in large tops, either undyed tops or already dyed tops. So they are buying the cleaning, the scouring. I don't know if I'm saying the word correctly, pronouncing it correctly, and combed wool, and they are buying it in finished tops, and they start to spin from those tops, and it was really interesting, because I have been wondering a long time, because I have knitting from John Arbon wool earlier, and actually they sponsored yarn for my contrasts book too. So because of that, and seeing the wool that they have, it was I have always been wondering how these colors are made, and I know that if I'm going to show you now the color, it the camera doesn't zoom and you don't see what I see. Maybe you see, it's, as you can see, there are different colors combined together, and when I put the clips here, you can see how they put different colored tops into those spinning machines, and each machine are preparing the wool for the next machine. So it was quite interesting, and this color, you can see there are different hues of or shades of color that kind of are bright and shining from there differently, and you can see that there are plenty of colors, but they are so mixed that they will combine to one color or at least a colorway, as called. Yes, so I purchased a lot of yarn from there. I don't have all of it here because it's like I have already storage it and everything, but I wanted to show you something. So I have worsted weight yarn, Adelic worsted weight light Aran one skein, and then I purchased fingering weight. Is it no, this is sport weight. Yes, this was sport weight and this was worsted light Aran weight. In the same colorway, because I love this colorway. I don't usually wear pinks, and they don't kind of reflect my skin tone in a good way, so that's why I don't wear pink. But this is almost old rose color, and those are something that I can wear, so I had to purchase these. And then I purchased Knit by Numbers double knit, a DK weight merino wool, which I haven't knit before, but they had really good discount for these yarns because they are changing the base of this yarn to a different base, and I wanted to buy something that I could use in my patterns still. This is very lovely to knit yarn, and as you can see in this color, even though it might look as one colored for the video, there is something black or gray undertones there, and then there is this brownish lovely earthy color that I really love. And then I purchased Devonia, which I haven't knit before, but I had to buy it. It's the colorway Sandbar. Yes, Sandbar. It's sandy color. But as you can see, there are different undertones. If you turn the skein, you can see different colors. These are really interesting colors. And then I purchased some sock yarn because of these colors. They are just like made for me. The poison green and the that red, which is something different. Okay, I'm gonna put short clip about the spinning in the mill and about the mill tour that I was in. So I will put it here, and then we'll talk about my current knits that I have here.
graded into their different types. So you may still be able to see there's still little bits of vegetable matter left in it. So it goes through another machine called a comb, and the comb, like sort of it's like a comb, but it just sort of flips out any little tiny vegetable matter, little short fibres. One of our blends, the new blend for us, it's half merino and half, it says 555 on the front. That's a grade for blue face Leicester. Skein of yarn is 100 grams. Yeah. So, and I don't know, a sheep typically produces something like 5 kilos of a fleece. You lose a bit of that through the process. So, yes, I didn't do the maths there, but that's sort of how it works out. So you lose a lot. You lose a lot in so they're really part of the family, so that's when we look after them a lot. The machine is out, so we'll always gill at least twice, so we know that all these little ends and little bits that are fixed. So we would like to lower our impact in that way. 2 of those, so it's coming off Ralph at 17 grams per metre. I've got 2 together there, which is 34, and 2 together there, it's another 34. And it comes down to this heavy. It's what's on the 2 machines.
All right, so okay.
One is Sidonia, Sidonia is blue face Leicester, maybe. Exmoor blue face.
Coming up through, it's getting controlled through here. The tension's being controlled through the race wheel. There's pressure springs inside here to make sure that it's coming through under the right tension. And as it feeds on, you can see it's running through the wheel there. I'll set this one off as well. And then I can stop and start these independently as I feel. This stand behind you, then I'm not with anybody. Changed all the electronics since I was up here last. I've done it to test it. So you can see it running round. You can see at the top here it's moving left right gently just to make sure that the fibre is evenly going on, so there's not too much pressure inside the skein when it's finished.
Okay, welcome back. It's been so long since I have made the English video that I really don't remember what I have shown you earlier. I have to start making these videos more regularly since I just I usually when I make a video I'm watching on my phone and like scrolling my life backwards and watching what I have been done, what photos I have been taking, for example for Instagram, where I have been and everything. And now there are like over 1,000 photos which I haven't told you anything about. So I need to tell you something, but you have missed so much about my life that I haven't had time to share. Okay, I have some knits here. 2 of these are being test knitted at the moment as we speak. These are they are these. I'm going to tell you about these, and this is something that I knit during the summer, and this is something that I started from those John Arbon yarns. This is Alpaca Supreme yarn. It's alpaca, silk and wool blend, and it's sport weight, and it took only 3 skeins for me to do this this circular yoke pullover. And I should just finish the pattern. It's almost finished. I should just translate it into Finnish to be able to start the test knitting, since I usually always write my patterns first in English, then I translate them in Finnish. So this is something that will go live probably early October, probably. But this hat will go live early September. Some of you might recognize the stitch pattern. It's my happy pattern that I have used in my happy sweater, in my happy mittens and in my happy headband before. And this is now a beanie version that I never wrote, but finally I have a beanie version. And it's, I had to make the pom-pom because I don't usually make pom-poms to my beanies. I don't know why, I just don't do that, but this time I decided to make. And we haven't yet photoshooted the hat. We will do it tomorrow. And this is already being test knitted at the moment. And I love the happy, it's like 4 stitches pattern repeat. It's really easy for color work. You only work 2 colors at a time. So even though it might look more complicated, but it isn't. And if I turn the hat around, you can see that I have, I'm coming closer for you to see. I have just hold the yarns. This is the part where the yarns, or the round starts, ends and starts. I have just held the yarns throughout the pattern. You can cut them, but I have keep them there, and it's really doesn't matter that it's there, because it's under the beanie. It doesn't really matter. That's happy beanie pattern coming early September. And then I have my Hötte cardigan, which I have already worn a lot. this is made of 3.5 skeins that are weighing 50 grams each, which makes that this sweater weighs less than 200 grams. It's like höttö means fluffy. It's a Finnish word for something like which is so light that you can't even hold it in your hand or take it with you. It's like snow is sometimes so höttö that it's like so fluffy that it just flies, basically. So this is called höttö cardigan, and it comes from the yarn. This is Raumagarn alpaca lin, which was quite interesting yarn. It was first a little bit tricky to knit because it's so fluffy that you might, when you knit with your needle, the fiber kind of catches your needle from the wrong place. But when I wet this cardigan, it still held its fluffiness, so it didn't disappear. It's baby alpaca and linen, and the linen, because alpaca usually stretches slightly when you wet it, but the linen kept its shape, so it didn't stretch at all after wetting. It's just held its size. It's really basic cardigan, and I can tell you already that there will be a höttö pullover also coming. My friend is knitting the sample, and I will also put the höttö pullover for test knitting pretty soon. This is höttö cardigan being test knitted at the moment. If I recall it right, I'm publishing it sometime after mid-September. Yeah, those were those, and then just sneak peek in this what I'm now knitting. This will be a cardigan. I purchased the yarn from Jyväskylä Knit Festival, where I was visiting in early July. I will also put a clip about Jyväskylä Knit Festival here at the end, and I hope you enjoy. I'm not going to say more about this design yet. You will see it later. I will start to post on Instagram about the progress of this cardigan soon. Oh dear, what happened here? Oh yes, yes, but I'm knitting a cardigan that will come out this fall or early winter. It will be a fun new thing. You will see it then. That's all for today. I know that with these clips that I'm going to add, this will be a long video. I hope you enjoyed until the end. And one more thing I forgot to say. I'm moving. I will tell you about that later. There will be a gap about making these videos, but I'm hoping that I will be able to make more videos in the future. Also tutorials about knitting. Okay, bye. Have a nice day.
Tulisiko tästä sitten reunasta? Joo.
Terveisiä täältä Suomen Jyväskylästä. Täällä on huikea meininki neulefestarilla. Täällä neulotaan aivan himona. Suorastaan. Ja täällä paistaa aurinko.